Welcome to Happy Hour, brought to you by Best Damn Bookkeeping. I got another plot epiphany for you guys. I got a plot epiphany. So this is a thing. I'm talking to so many more business owners that are pushing $1 million and getting close. And so they've gotten through what I call like purgatory number one and I talk to a lot of folks that are still starting out and trying to like figure out how and when to get off the truck and when to hire an admin person versus a technician. That's a super fun / frustrating spot in your business. But once you get through it, you're like, yeah, I can do anything. And then there's another purgatory that's not as much fun, which is usually around like the 600,000-ish range, where you're like, I need somebody to help manage the people in the field. And then I'm in the office full time. And maybe I got like a full-time office person, but I still have control of everything. And there's some things that can go sideways there. But the one that's probably like the stickiest, and I think, and JC and I talked about this pretty recently when he was on, and you'll generally hear this from pretty much anybody in any of our spaces that hits this level, is $1 million sucks. Everybody wants to be there, and everybody that gets there is like, ugh, like this isn't what I thought. It sounds like such a cool number. Why does it suck so much? And so I was talking to somebody today in one of my demos, and they're kind of bumping up against that level. And they tried a person, and this person didn't work. And so and frankly, like I'm talking about this because this is a level I've gotten stuck at multiple times as well. Sean and I used to run some cleaning companies together. This is a level we would constantly get stuck at. My last bookkeeping business that I had got stuck at this level. And it's a very sticky spot because it's the spot where we have to try to replicate ourselves. And that's really hard to do, especially when you're a weirdo like me. The plot epiphany that I ran into is, and there's like a analogy that I have found with this, and I don't think I found the right one, but it's just a realization. It's a epiphany that I had. But damn, is it hard to find somebody that can grow our business, right? Like there's a reason. If you're watching this, and listening to this, you're probably a small business owner. And if you're a small business owner, you're a small business owner because you have a weird innate ability to grow a thing. Growing a business is really hard, and different people do it different ways. And you can't just be like, here you go, employees, here's how to grow our business, right? Like there's certain things you can do from a marketing standpoint, from a sales standpoint. And I know what they are, but every time we've gotten a business to that point and then we've turned around and started working on something else, the business stops growing. Even though we have the systems and processes and we know what to do to grow a business, the minute we as a leader turn around and start focusing on something else and stop focusing on growing the business stops growing. Yep. And it's just super, super weird. And I see it over and over and over again. My shitty analogy, my plot epiphany, I was thinking about like outdoorsy stuff, and there's certain things that trigger your mind. I'm gonna figure out how to like say this so I don't make it too confusing. But there's things where it's like, if you said, hey, what is this thing called? I wouldn't be able to regurgitate it. I'd be like, yeah, I know what you're talking about. I can't remember what the word is for that. Right? Like maybe this is just a me thing, but it's like my brain doesn't remember exactly what that word is, but I know exactly what you're talking about. One that comes to mind is there's a vine-like plant that grows in the South, and I've seen it in Kentucky, and it just like covers everything. Like, you know it when you see it. You will never forget it. Like you could walk through it and you would disappear, but I can never remember what that word is. But if you said that word, I could tell you what it is. Right? It's like the connection of your business. And I was thinking about that today because I was like, man, I can tell you how to grow a business. Like when I do my CFO work, I can tell you exactly how to grow a business, but I can't tell you how to like teach somebody else how to grow it, which just feels so weird when I think about it. It's like, well, if I could tell you what to do, Mr. Business Owner, Mrs. Business Owner, I sure as hell ought to be able to teach somebody else how to do it. But time and time again, it just seems like people either have the knack to grow a business or they don't. And when we as the business owner grew the thing and then we leave it or stop paying attention to it because we have shiny object syndrome, we start working on something else, like it stopped growing, even though we have the systems and processes, and even though we know how to grow it, and even though we told the people what to do, like something happens. That's my plot epiphany. Hey, home service heroes, thank you guys so much for tuning into our home service happy hour content today. I sure hope you learned a little something, and I sure as heck hope that it was entertaining. If you did find it fun and entertaining, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel for more cool, fun, entertaining business content. And speaking of which, stay tuned. There's a little more here and a little more right here. Check it out.